we've just gotten started here, and already these guys have been handed a really difficult decision to make.
Never looking back, 'cause the past doesn't last. Long as we're together, just keeps getting better. Just keeps getting better.
Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. Oh, and that's a key upgrade right there. He's versatile, athletic, and a big upgrade over what they had. Yeah, that's the kind of guy who can elevate that entire unit. He's a very talented addition. In these middle rounds, you have to start asking yourself, and there's a pick that'll certainly help. Maybe not an impact signing, but you're not going to hit a home run every round.
Unwinding every moment, like the clock is broken. Never stopping, never slowing.
One thing's for sure in this round, you're going to walk away with a great player no matter which way you go. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches? Or someone who can really help? I'm not sure that this selection is going to provide a huge punch, but he's at least a guy that does have some upside. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes definitely some options with this pick. Do you take a skill player here or get yourself some help up front? It's the age-old question on draft day. What's the bigger need, offense or defense? Boy, you can't go wrong with anybody out of this group. Always a tough decision, offense or defense. It's all about finding the right balance when you're putting a team together. And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late.
A new era begins today. I'm Larry Ridley, and this...
And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The ground. This is Isaiah Crowell. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
Now here's McCarron on 3rd. It's caught. Left side. Tammy. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield. For the completion.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And complete on the right side. It's Tammy. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Aaron Donald in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Under pressure, they got him again. Aaron Donald in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So here are the Seahawks now with a long field in front of them. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota's skill set can help continue to evolve the position of quarterback in the NFL. Because his ability to run with the football, you may not utilize it as little as other coaches have in the past. You may emphasize that part of the game a little bit more.
Over the middle here, it's Hilton. 10 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First down, Mariota. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
That's the type of play there that puts a defense into stress. Marcus Mariota on the run. You don't know whether he's going to take it downfield or throw the footballs we just saw there. And boy, was he accurate with that one.
And, you know, the Oregon coaches offered him a scholarship without ever seeing him start a game because they T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise. First and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Looking for his tight end Gates, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That could be a downside of putting together a team in draft champions week 1. It's early. You might have some of these mistakes.
You're exactly right, because it does take time to build chemistry, trust, right, understanding where guys are.
And now out come the Giants. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
On second down, here's Crowell. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
A first down carry now for Crowell. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. So we've reached the end of a fairly, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. And now they'll throw it with McCarron. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He was trying to get it to Cecil Shorts that time, and now it's 2nd down. McCarron again here on 2nd and 10. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Jacob Tammy, there. And that'll make it 3rd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And again, it's McCarron. And that will be incomplete as well. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
2nd down, Mariota. Gates has it over the middle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. On play action, Mariota. And the third down pass falls incomplete. Deion Sims is tight end, the intended target, and that brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's the Canadian-born punter, John Ryan, to kick it away for Seattle. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
He better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on third down and 9. Now here's McCarron on third. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So after slogging through a scoreless first quarter, we have action on the scoreboard. A field goal makes it 3-0.
Well, with these two offenses, we weren't going to stay 0-0 forever, were we? I'm not sure that this opens the floodgates, but I doubt that's the last scoring we're going to see.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
Yeah, none whatsoever. Throwing is Mariota, eluding the pressure right. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Mariota now on second down. Caught left side by Hilton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Mariota again. Looking for his tight end Gates, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Sean Weatherspoon. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Giants. Jacob Tamme, 70 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers